All right. Okay,
Or
go.
you could vogue it. You could vogue us in. There you go.
Wolfie, bring us in.
Vogue us in, Wolfie.
Okay. 5, 4, 3.
It looked the same.
There we go.
One.
And then we did it again.
Bucket. Do we know what episode number we are this
Oh
time?
dear
Okay.
God, we should write this shit
Okay.
down. Wait a second.
Need to, like,
I
figure
did.
this out
It's
before we
episode
start
46.
46.
Ta-da!
What?
Really? I thought it was episode
46,
47.
and tomorrow we have President 46.
Wow.
Wow.
Coincidence.
Is that a coincidence?
It's a good thing.
Oh,
When-
Where's Martha Stewart? It's a good thing. All right. Okay. So who invited our guest?
oh, that would be me.
All right. Introduce them.
I'm trying to verify the channel, the episode.
The bear and
Hold on.
46.
Yeah, 46.
I
Yeah.
already said.
I'm the one that does the stuff, and I don't even know. Okay. So we have
check my work?
UV as a guest today. Wave.
Hey.
Hey. I've always found it fascinating. Wulf, I know, has touched on it, but we've never delved deep into it. And then I remember you, UV, talking to me about the furry community and about how you were getting into it. That's how long I've known you.
Yeah,
So that's,
yeah.
I thought it would be very interesting to talk about that. And you're from California, you're from Florida, you moved around a little bit.
Yeah, I've been chasing Disney a lot.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, no, but when I met you, I was nowhere near as close to being in the community as I am now.
There you
It's
go.
like it only happened when I was on my third program in Florida, and my mother had visited me for her birthday, and I still had like 3 months left, and I was starting to get really down.
3 months left in California?
No, in Florida.
Oh, in Florida.
Yeah. And so I decided to kind of scrunch up whatever I could and figure out how to meet up with people. And I found Meetup, and that's what took me to a local meetup that then started everything.
Oh, there you go.
So, and this was specifically a furry meetup?
Yeah, it was a kind of a furry, nerdy game board sort of meetup. It was at a really cool place that I really wish that they would have some place like this over here, where it was just all game boards, figurines, and in the back there was a bunch of tables and a bar, and they had beer and cider from all over.
Well, I don't know about the beer and bar, but those are everywhere. They're game places. You go play games in them.
But with the bar.
Well, I don't know about the bar.
where was this
That's important
located?
stuff.
It was a Artigan Marketplace near
Drunk nerds?
Kissimmee.
Oh, okay. And now, was that where this meeting would take place? In other words, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, it's one of the meetings. That's the thing. The thing with Florida and the Bay Area is that the Bay Area is the highest concentration of furries,
Yeah.
whereas in Florida, there's a nice concentration, but it's spread apart. So you got Tampa furs, you got Daytona furs, you got Central Florida furs, Miami furs, and then whatever. And they only really interact with each other unless they have connections with each other, or if they're gathering together at Megaplex, which is in Orlando proper.
Interesting.
That's like a big meeting?
It's a big convention.
Big convention. And there's conventions all the time, right?
There
Or
was.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
the conventions again?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot. The biggest one that is known right now, it's debatable between Anthrocon and what is it? Midwest
Little
Fur Fest.
Furcon?
Midwest Fur Fest in
Oh, okay.
Chicago. Anthrocon is in Pittsburgh. Those two are like the ones that are trying to compete with each other. I don't know if Anthrocon has been surpassed yet, but here in the Bay Area, you have two cons. One of them is lesser known. There's Further Confusion FC that happens in January. Then there's another convention that used to be part of FC, but then there was drama. There's always drama with furries. And so that's over in the Doubletree over off the 101. That one happens in November. there's a big one in Reno that was like really like exploded. Like everyone that goes to AC and MFF come to Reno now, and it's like holy shit. How many people? Well, were you there?
I've been there for the past 5 ones.
Yeah.
Obviously, I did not go to the last one, which got canceled. But yeah, I first started to go to BLFC in 2015. And I've always had a hoot there, and that's where I met a lot of my friends when I was living near Sunnyvale.
What was the
Can I take a
highest?
step back a second here?
Hmm?
I need some basics. Like, it's both straight and gay people, right?
Yes. And bi, and yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
The
so
whole spectrum.
Is it does it all have a sexual connection to it or no?
No,
No.
not necessarily.
I think anywhere where a bunch of people gather who like the same thing at a hotel, there's going to be some fun happening. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
true.
the same thing with the Olympics. You know, the athletes are the ones that are known to have like the elite
Exactly.
parties.
Exactly. They have like Olympic babies. I swear to God, they do.
That's
But
great.
that's the thing. Unfortunately, with the same with living your everyday normal life, you know, being able to separate what is interesting you in a sexual way and what's interesting to you in a normal everyday way kind of blends, unfortunately, and it's kind of hard to tell the difference, especially when you're in such an enclosed space. You know, straight people, they have everywhere, you know, that
Right.
to kind of congregate for certain things,
Yeah.
whereas we have only one space. So you have kink furs over here, and you have baby furs over here, and you have everyone in between that's looking around like, where the fuck do I go?
All right,
Why-
so
is
for the lay
That's
people,
Why is
for
there
the lay
one
people
space?
playing it,
I'm sorry. Why is there only one space, David? Is it a room? Does everybody congregate in the corner? What?
No, they kind of invade a hotel.
I don't
Yeah.
get it.
Vito, it's the same thing as a bear event, like
Yeah.
Bear Pride in
Just with a lot more
Chicago.
fur in it than a bear. convention.
Right. I mean, but it started with small groups of like-minded gay people
Oh.
convening in a hotel, however many there were. Like he's saying, it's
Okay, I'm
probably been
thinking at the
regional.
convention itself. You're saying just how it started and evolved.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, and then it evolves into different, conventions or bigger meetings, but there's still.
well, you're talking about bear runs.
No, I'm talking about
Okay.
furries too. Like it's following the same pattern in other words, as bear runs.
Pattern, yeah.
That's what I see, and it's like, uh, regardless of like whether or not what you know about the furry community, it's like it's what I think what he's trying to say is, straight people have so many ways to come together, and when we find like different things we're interested in that may be limited, we tend to really want to focus and go there. It's a great opportunity, I think.
So how do they meld in together, UV?
Well, what happens is there's common areas where people are just congregating and hugging and taking pictures and stuff like that, and then you have, and it's mostly with FC. That's the big deal. Is the problem is that there's two hotels in between the con spaces, and so if you are up here at a really nice party in some questionable stuff, and you need to make your way over there, you have to make your way down either wrapped up or covered up or something like that. But the thing is, people can still see that and read that and see, oh shoot, there's kink furs walking through, and they're just trying to get to the Hilton from the Marriott,
They know they're
etc.
kink furs.
Yeah, we can always smell them, honey. Kink or no.
And it's also in the head. It's also in the face. The way they
Okay.
design their faces determines what they want.
Really?
Oh,
A
really?
little, sometimes it varies, but yeah.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Is it true that there's like portals in the crotch area and it opens in the bed?
I think that depends on the individual.
I know. It sounds like.
For the most part, you don't normally want to do that in $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 pajamas, but yeah,
It
there's
can
some
ruin
people
the
that do
suit.
that. Are there suit makers that don't put them in for their customers? Yeah, sometimes you have to alter them yourself or get someone else to do it. But some suit makers will make them for you hush hush.
Hey, Vito, can you turn on screen sharing?
Yeah. There we go. All right.
So when did, can I ask you a question, Evie? When did this sort of originate, and like how has it grown and changed in your eyes?
I kind of showed up toward the tail end of when the last wave of newer people were making their way into the community. I was told exactly how things were back in like between 2010 and 2015, and I think to myself, oh my god, I missed out, because that was when, you know, we were starting to become slightly above ground and more people were getting into it, but we were still very taboo at the time. There were a lot of, you know, people getting caught doing things they shouldn't be doing. And
But I don't. That's what part I don't
What does
understand
that
the
mean?
taboo of that.
UV,
People
what does
are
that mean?
always doing things they shouldn't be doing. I mean,
What do you mean?
what does what mean?
Doing things they shouldn't be doing. What does that mean?
Well, doing very inappropriate things in areas where it's fairly public.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like with every community, even in any community, there's always going to be people that are exhibitionists,
Yeah.
and they're going to try and do whatever they want to do because they think they're safe.
yeah.
But yeah,
So, UV, do you see the picture on the screen?
I do.
Is there a distinction between one that's sexual and one's not, you said?
That was before I put in mine. You can tell because I'm not wearing pants.
Not wearing pants.
And the fox in the back, I don't know if that is a huh?
Oh, this is you here?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. And the fox.
And that fox, I don't know if that's a mersuit. Might be.
So mersuits are sexual?
Yeah. Mersuits are, because mer is a word that is used to represent sex, or in an exclamation in the moment.
Okay. Is there any mersuits in this photo?
When the photo was taken, no, Raver was not a mersuit. But that's all I'm saying.
There you go.
I freaking love these suits. I love the UV lights. I love the colors. I think they're amazing. So but you said those are several $1,000s, you said?
Yeah, no, they can be expensive depending on how popular the maker is. And
oh wow,
recently we had a horrible thing that happened where there was somebody who couldn't pay for their suit, and so they had an open slot available with labor time in it, and so they broadcasted it to auction. So instead of having to wait in the wait list and still have to pay, you know, whatever amount you're going to pay, you can just pay whatever you think you can pay, and then you can get your slot now, and you can get your suit now. That
like
slot sold for, what was it, $15,000?
Oh my god!
I think Wulf might know too.
I think Wulf bought it.
Mr. Q.
But no, yeah, no, it was insane. It was just like, oh my god, everybody was talking about it. And after that, guess what? A bunch of other suit makers decided, oh, we're gonna open up random slots now, you know, and then auction them off.
So this was my introduction to the furry life.
Oh, me too.
Watching CSI.
Me too. That was my first introduction to it too.
And I loved how they just treated it like a normal case. Like, hello, have you seen this?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with this person here? Yeah, you know, okay.
Most furries resent
furries.
that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
And then my favorite one where he's like, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm speaking the wrong language. And then they start doing the dolphin call. I mean, I have no idea how realistic it is, but, you know, at least it got it out there. So
it's more like that's the way the world sees us. That's the way that they see us, because nothing is really familiar. You look at that, you see mascots and stuff like that, but nothing is really defined, custom. Everything looks like it may be half-assed or something like that. That's what it would have looked like in the 90s. It would have looked like everyone had their suits handmade if they had a suit at all. And
Well, that's what I was trying
Oh,
to ask.
wow.
Like, when did this all start? Like, was there like a, an original group somewhere,
yeah,
or
no, the origination of furries, I think it did happen here in the Bay Area, and it happened somewhere. It was associated with I think it was associated with the first people that did the big convention that then split into the two conventions we have here. Um,
so? All right, I have a lot of questions, and please forgive me because I'm just
No,
very,
to me this is probing. I want to find out how
yeah, I'm very
community
ignorant
works
about
and
this,
operates.
and admittedly so. But I really like it. I've always liked it. I think I, I love animals. I love, big furry things. Um, I like everything about it. Uh, but I don't know much about it, so it's like, I was wondering, like, for example, that green character is named UV.
mhm,
So that's UV.
that's
Okay.
UV. Yeah.
So do you feel like a very different when you're in the costume? Like, is it like, and pardon me for making comparisons, but I do so in the ways that I'm trying to understand, but also maybe other people. But like, so is it like drag or something where okay, all of a sudden you're in this character and you're more courageous, or you have like a sort of a different, persona, or does it bring out something in you that's different than your, say, more like day to day persona?
That effect that people like the personality changing effect, it varies from person to person. Unfortunately, I'm physically blind when I don't have my glasses, and I can't put my
Yeah, me
glasses on in
too.
my suit. And so
Oh wow.
that kind of inhibition reduces the amount of pleasure that I can get
Yeah,
from being
yeah.
in a suit and being someone different. But I like being able to still hear what's going on around me, and everyone says, "Oh my God, it's a cat! Oh my God, it's a tiger!" And then I'm just like, but my favorite part is when people note how I approach them, because I don't necessarily mean to approach them the way I do. They say my name, they try to get my attention, and what I do is I go like this. Hey, how's it going? Because my suit, I can only see out of one eye at a time, and I'm so blurry that I really need to get up there.
Mhm.
You know what's funny about that UV is back when I was wearing contacts, if I sometimes I couldn't find my glasses, and if I couldn't wear my contacts for whatever reason, I had bad allergies, I would go out, and at first I felt that way, like, oh my God, I can't see, it's really difficult. And then I remember something a professor once told me about, like, if you have a challenge, try flipping it from a challenge to an opportunity. And I was like, all right, well, what's the opportunity and about not being able to see in the club? I decided I didn't give a fuck, right? And so I was like, hey, just walking around,
Yeah.
and people and I just did the whole thing with my eyes like I was looking, even though I couldn't see. And people were like, oh my God, you're like, I love it when you talk to me because you're looking right in my eyes. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Self-confident.
okay.
I've had
There you
the
go.
same experience before too, because I have contacts in now, but I'm totally blind. And one night I just said, I'm just gonna, go out in San Francisco without anything. And it was hard. I mean, just walking down the street is hard for me to do that.
Wow.
But like, yeah, so I was like, just going real slow. But then, I was kind of like Clay. I was like, well, I'll make the best of it. And it was like, it was neat because, like, I mean, even though we don't think so, but I think inherently we're always like making some little judgments, mini judgments, or whatever, observations, fears. Yeah, I know. And so everyone looked like a blob, like women, men, like, and on the one hand, it was like I felt completely non-threatened because no one looked threatening. They just looked like the other blobs,
But exactly. Now,
And
UV, I have a question. So that obviously the suits are hot, right?
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Do any come with air conditioning?
Yeah, especially in Florida with all that
I
humidity.
know. That's the way to lose weight.
Fortunately, the Florida furs only meet indoors.
Oh, good.
Mm.
Guys would melt.
Babies. Anyway, no, yeah. Some of them have fans.
wow.
Some of the suits come with body packs, like you can freeze them and then you can just plug them in and then put on your suit, and then it just kind of holds you in cold for a minute. But no, the wiring is a little faulty sometimes because it's hand done, and you sweat in suit whether or not the fan is on, and that kind of slowly reduces the functionality. You know, may get in places that you don't want it to get. So now my fan is out, and my eyes don't light up anymore. They used to light up blue, and it used to reflect blue on my cornea.
Oh wow.
It was pretty cool, but I asked my suit maker and I said, "Hey, you know, do you repair suit heads? You know, just simple things?" And he goes, "No, I don't do that." And it's like, "Oh, okay." So
Now, Wolfie, do you have a suit?
I do.
Do you have any
it was
photos
made-
of it?
Sorry.
Do you have any photos?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I would have to hunt some down, but I can provide them to you to post on
Nothing in
YouTube.
your computer right now?
I'm at my computer right now. Okay, I can.
I'm in there.
Could you give me a bit to find them, please?
Of course.
Well,
Yeah.
while Wolfie's doing that, a little story about sweaty suits. I was volunteering for the SPCA to do fundraising at the Macy's window when they put the dogs and the cats in the window, and they would have somebody dressed up in a dog suit, you know, and then another volunteer would be there to collect the money, right? And they get there and they're like, well, the gentleman yesterday was really enthusiastic. He was doing cartwheels and somersaults, and we thought the suit would dry out. It didn't dry out. And so I'm like, well, let me try it. I open it up. I'm like, okay, well, plan B, I'll just go around, you know, and beg for money. And it was, yeah, it was bad. It was like, and that was a whole day later. I can't imagine Florida. That was San
That's all you
Francisco
need.
at Christmas time.
all it needs is one day of not being taken care of. Yeah, no, you have to. What we do before and after the suits is tedious, but it helps to allow us to go to a convention and be there for 3 days, and our suit still smells passable.
They recommend antibacterial cleaner.
According to who?
Well, some people like a funk, so
That's true.
Hey,
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
is the community kind of like what happens when people get together, like the bear cruises that I go on? Sometimes couples come out of that cruise that week.
Couples?
Like,
No,
two
maybe
people that don't know each other go on the same cruise, and all of a sudden they're in a relationship. Is it the furry community like that, where sometimes they find each other?
I don't know. The perspective of everyone in the furry community is kind of like blinded by technology and social media, and so they can easily just be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna, see you next year," or "I'll just keep in touch," and then when we finally do meet up, the anticipation will be so much better.
What?
But
I'm sorry.
but yeah, no. I lost my train of thought there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's Ron's cold fusion machine going into overdrive, distracting everybody back there.
What? Sorry, I didn't mean for it to be distracting. Maybe I'll just put it back on rainbow mode.
Because he has an app for that.
Yeah. But like, okay, UV. So when you say, there's a lot of nuance. Obviously, we're not picking up on. I get that, and but I certainly would like to know more. Is there a language? Do you have your own language? And besides just maybe a word or two, I mean,
it's just like normal slang. Like in each community, you'll find different terms for different things. We change up the way we say hello a lot. Sometimes it will say HEWWO. Sometimes we'll say HENLO. We'll use onomatopoeia, but only in the moment. Sometimes we'll marf. Sometimes we'll meow. Sometimes we'll bark. But it's more of it's less of a handshake sort of thing, and more of oh, I see you. I'm making this noise.
Take a step back a second. Mark?
Bark.
Oh, bark.
Bark.
Oh, I think it's mark, like you raise your leg and pretend that you're marking.
Oh no,
Oh,
no.
Vito, you only hear what you want to hear. Stop it.
Really?
Hey, UV.
What?
What
You're
do you
dressed as
call
animals. I think it could
what do
be.
you call
I don't know.
non-furries? Like if you're at a furry convention and like a normal, bad word probably normal, a
Okay.
street clothes walks by. What do you call them?
I call him a normie.
Normie. Oh,
Yeah.
see, it's not a bad word.
So
Now, is
normal.
that
There you
considered
go.
derogatory or is it just descriptive?
For me, in a way, it is just because my in my own little community, my political beliefs are more conservative. I don't want to let everyone else in just willy nilly because then you don't know who the hell you're talking to.
Yeah.
You don't know if anyone knows who you know. You don't know if anyone knows the basic, the customs and respects.
Gotcha.
It's like people come in there like straight out of the gay community thinking like, oh, did they not like you? It's
Well,
like,
I was wondering, let's see, so somebody couldn't just like pay for an expensive costume, kind of sign up for a conference like that and just have, fit in. They would have to meet people and learn things, in other words, right? Is that what you're saying?
when it comes to suits, that is the golden ticket. Whether or not you are where from and blah blah blah. If you have a suit, they love you.
Oh, okay.
Really?
And but it also depends on the suit. Depends on the quality, who made it. If they don't recognize it, then maybe if it's really cute, then bypasses that whole thing.
It sounds to me a little bit like drag that way, like and not in any bad way. I love it, but it's like, yeah, I mean, you look fabulous, and what you're wearing, and then all of a sudden it gives this sort of aura of something. You're something special.
Yeah, that is a thing, but I don't remember the last time I was turned on by a drag queen.
No. I'm just saying, in the sense of
I get what you're saying.
having an expensive dress, somebody coming in and having a lot of money and paying for different things and nice
Okay.
shoes and off the rack, whatever, would get very much noticed and respected in the drag community, akin to what somebody would do with maybe a well-known suit. Or
That makes more sense. Yeah.
Well, and I would imagine too that if the suit is the entree, that gets you into the furry community. Instant respect, to Ron's point, in the drag community, if you can flash a lot of diamonds and sapphires and rubies and all that, you probably get a lot of tourists, much like the burners do. All the celebrities that go and the rich people that go and have the air conditioned, catered experience, or like all the music festivals. You get all the little pop stars and
They didn't
social.
have that when I went to Burning Man. That
Did or did not?
did not. Mm-mm.
It was well.
I
'cause
heard
the-
about it though
Yeah, well,
years later.
that's old school.
I think
There
anything that's
Oh my God!
intriguing will sometimes get tourists.
What's the name, Wolfie?
That's Wolf Lock.
I interrupted.
That's
Right.
my own character.
Wolflock?
Wolf Lock. Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Portmanteau of Warlock and Wolf.
Cool.
Oh wow, that's so cool. It almost looks dragon-esque too.
It is a dragon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
Mhm.
okay. That's so cool. Oh, there's a picture without me in it.
Now, Wolfie, is that your is that the one that you had on order? Did you get that, or is this a previous version?
Wolfie, look at you.
This
How
is a
good you look.
previous version. I got this September. I premiered it September 2015.
Okay.
I've got one on order, but I don't expect to get that for a couple of years. For point of reference, people sometimes have to wait years to get a fursuit
Really?
because the really popular
Oh my God.
fursuit artists are really backed up. So
I can
it takes a
imagine,
lot of
yeah.
patience.
Well, that's a lot of
You
work.
look amazing, and your body in that is very sexy, like the shape.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I've just got a question as far as the suits go. So you're waiting a couple of years for that. Like how much, like from the time that they actually start work on it till the time that it's finished, like what's the lead time there?
It really depends on the fursuit commissioner. I think it's typically 2 to 6 weeks.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Can you get one on layaway?
You can usually, depending on who you're commissioning with, you can like make small payments
Excuse me.
up to a certain point. Like one suit I've got on order, I worked it out with the maker, who happens to be local to Portland, just saying, okay, I put X amount up front, and then every 3 months I pay XXX until it reaches about 90%, and then I pay the remainder when the suit's done.
Wow.
But
That's just an example.
that is so fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Well,
I had no idea all of this was so involved.
give me an idea how much we're talking here. 2,000?
Let's see.
Peter's gonna lose his
3,000?
I got a couple. I got one about 3,600 roughly. Another one about 4,100, I think.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a big.
It's more than I thought.
expense. If you want a really good,
That's
well-quality
more
suit,
than
you have to
my
pay for it.
first 3 cars combined.
Hey Vito.
Yeah.
It was a lot more than these 2 lights I got on Amazon. Mr. Oh, you have a lot of disposable income. Look, everybody, they spend money on the things they like. I'm sure Tim's records don't come cheap. And,
Right, well,
and
no, I was talking about UV when you were
I have
telling
a
me.
collection of
things you can
cardigans.
spend on.
well, exactly.
Yeah, my cardigans didn't come cheap. So
They're super cute too.
thank you, Doc.
That is good.
Well, UV, if there isn't anything else you want to share with us about the furry community and your experience in it, this might be a good time to talk about your topic suggestion: strange things that you might have seen in San Francisco. Take it away, UV.
So it started when I kept hearing people using the word frolic in the conversation. The word frolic. Are you going to go frolic? Are you going to go to San Francisco to frolic? And I'm like, frolic? What the fuck? Are they jumping around? And no, it turns out that a bunch of furries had basically taken over a club in San Francisco. The first, it was the Stud, and it was every second Saturday of the month. Was it every second Saturday?
Every second Saturday.
And then they eventually moved to the Eagle, and then that became the very first Saturday. And that's actually where I met one of the people that would take me on the most interesting adventures in San Francisco. And he discovered Frolic, which is just a bunch of furries in and outside of the nightclub, just hanging out, smoking, whatever. And he got tired of his friends, and he decided, oh, I'm going to go walk this way. He looks down that way, looks down that way, sees us, he walks towards us, and he finds us. Third time he's there, he runs into me. And then after that, the rest is history. But it's amazing how many little nooks and crannies hold such big spaces in San Francisco. We went to a dungeon party a while back.
Is that at Porn Castle?
I don't know where it was. We had to go down a bunch of stairs, and it was a waiting area, and then there was a main room. There was some things going on in there that made some of the other guys go like,
Was that the S&M club?
huh?
Was it the S&M club?
It definitely was not the Citadel.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not the Citadel. This was a different place. It was just a big warehouse, semi-underground. And
The Citadel's so mainstream now.
It is. It is.
Wasn't Sunday church?
it reminded me of Chuck E. Cheese. I'm like, I don't like it.
The stories I could tell.
The Chuck E. Cheese at
Ski
S&M.
ball, getting your tickets to go get your crap.
Cool.
It's a good
All
one.
right.
All right.
Who else saw something strange in San Francisco? Let's talk about it. Go ahead, Vito.
Lots of things. The
You
naked
get one.
guys. The naked guys in the
Oh, that's-
Castro. That's old, right? I worked in the financial district, and I went to lunch and had two things that pop in my head. Was the one's hard to explain. It was a pita, right?
Pita. Yeah.
P-E-T.
P-I-T-A.
P-I-T-A.
Yeah.
And they decided that they were going to make a commentary about eating meat.
Oh, PETA,
No,
the
this is
group.
P-
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
PETA.
PETA. Okay, yeah.
I
Sorry.
thought it was PETA. Okay.
Okay.
And you know the foam containers that meat come in the store?
Yeah.
They recreated those out of wood, but life size. And then they had scantily clad women with their legs on the side.
They don't have any. They don't even eat.
In that with blood on them, with plastic wrap on them, but they had spaces between the plastic wrap so that they could breathe. So that's just me going to lunch in the financial district. And then another
So what'd you have for lunch?
Were you eating a PETA when
I
you were
know.
watching PETA protest
Or you're
META?
on your way to get hamburgers.
No, I had the banh mi sandwiches were the shit, dude. Downtown.
Oh, there's some good banh
They
mi.
pre-make them and they'd have them on the
I
corner.
know.
Oh, it was the best thing ever.
There's some good
And then the other time was on the way to Halal Guys, and I'm getting in the
Were
line.
they
and you look up-
protesting you, Vito, or were they?
What?
Were they protesting you? Are you sure you
No,
just?
no,
You,
So I'm in line at Halal Guys,
He had
and
his
I
fur
look up.
coat on and his mink stole on his way to Falafel Brothers, and here are these women wearing coffins.
You'll get your turn in a moment, Ron. Let's let
No,
you
I
finish.
have nothing interesting to say. I mean,
And I look up, and there's a naked guy on top of a pole across the street, and the cops are trying to take him down.
Well, wasn't the strangest thing I ever saw?
District, okay, this is right when the transition started happening with the computer guys were starting to go, and t-shirts and jeans, and the suits. The percentage of people wearing suits was starting to go down. So now I'm sure you rarely see people in suits, but yeah, those are my stories.
Well, it wasn't the strangest thing I saw, but when I first moved back to San Francisco this last time, because I've tried 3 times to live there, I was walking down the street and I noticed this guy, and he's like, he has really nice hair. Oh, he's wearing Keens. I like Keens. Oh, he's naked. That was the third thing I noticed about him.
you know you're from San Francisco when?
His
Yeah.
hair and his shoes.
Yeah, those
And
1 and 2.
Then the fact that he was naked.
Number 3. Oh yeah, and he's naked. Hi. So, who wants to go next? Strange thing, San Francisco. Oh my God, talk. You're on the air.
I haven't been able to think of a damn thing.
Okay, next.
I know I've seen some like, you know, there's always like some unfortunate, heartbreaking stuff that you'd see like along 6th Street and like 6th and Mission, but you know, that's heartbreaking. That's not entertainment.
No.
Hey,
How about you-
know,
how about you,
we're
Wulf?
equal opportunity. You can break your heart.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're
Will.
muted.
You're muted, Wolf. Don't.
Hello.
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 I was walking back from a restaurant. When I lived in San Francisco, I drove around on a scooter and I had it in motorcycle parking. I was about to come back to the scooter when there's a guy with a motorcycle there having an argument with the parking meter. And he's like kicking it and saying, damn, fuck. Just like having a complete meltdown. And then he storms off. I decided not to tell him that the parking meters had been free for the past 45 minutes.
Oh my God. Oh yeah.
Maybe he put his last quarter in it or something and then realized it was free. I don't know. Damn it, I could have done my laundry.
All right. Well, since Ron, you don't have anything.
Got
you want-
nothing.
Okay. So right now is when we normally do T-shirts. I'm going to do something a little different, and this is going to segue into our
reveal.
into our next segment. There's how many days left until we get a new president?
One.
Day.
There's this over here. Grr. So I can't wear hats. My head's too
We're
fat.
about at the 12-hour mark.
Yay! So who wants to show off their T-shirt?
I'll show off mine.
Sure.
Show us your T-shirt.
This is a beard on a man's face.
Ah,
I actually had it
But
back,
not yours.
and I was going to sell it. I actually have sold a few, but not a whole lot. But
You know, I like that.
Oh,
You
is
know,
that
at the go ahead.
no? Is that your beard?
no, just a
Oh.
photo.
who's
I
beard
like
is
You
it?
made the shirt.
No, I had it. I had the design made. and put
Oh,
on.
right. It's your design.
Yeah, it's my design, but it's not my beard.
I was trying to
Yeah, it's my design, but it's not my beard.
say. It kind of looks
Not
like
fast.
it too.
It's vinyl on cloth.
Right.
All right. Hey, UV, show us your shirt. What you got?
I got a shirt from a brand within the furry community called Hyena Agenda, and they decided to do their spin on the whole Dragon Ball type look.
Neat.
Fun.
Like, well, I mean, I want to say that they're the most popular, like clothing merch people in the furry community, unless Wolf knows another one.
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's just Hyena Agenda is like the big one.
For the record, usually at a FurCon, there's a big vendor hall, and that's where vendors sell their wares. So Hyena Agenda is usually a staple at fur conventions, at least here on this side of the Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'm not a furry, but my right hand is. You may recognize this little guy from Monty Python's.
Killer Bunny.
Yeah, and
It's just a flesh wound.
if you piss him off, he'll get you.
White furry rabbit.
I'll try to find the video of Scarlet versus the rabbit. It was always a good time. Always a good time. All right, Tim, together to get her ride.
Yeah, just what AIDS Life Cycle's doing this year. Just these just got sent out last week,
Oh,
I think. So
Oh, so what are they doing this year?
Together alone.
The Together ride is just like well, oh, you missed last week's episode.
Yeah.
Our guest talked all about it.
Oh no.
No, so for Together Ride, what AIDS Life Cycle is doing, because they're not actually having the ride from San Francisco to LA, they're having people still like commit to doing something for their fundraising. Like some people are doing like, okay, I'm going to do 545 miles worth of bike rides or walking or something, 545 something that they're committing to doing instead of the 545 miles
Oh nice.
riding
Oh,
their
cool.
bike to LA. And still doing fundraising for it. So Together Ride is what they're calling it. Yeah.
That's nice.
Together alone. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about you, Ron? What
And
kind
so-
of t-shirt? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
And
No, I was
what-
going to say, and they're also letting people do like, whether it's actually on a bike or a stationary bike or like even just walking, like all the mileage for stuff like that, they're letting people contribute to it. It's all about just, fundraising and spreading the word about San Francisco AIDS Foundation and the Los Angeles LGBT Center.
Cool.
And
Alright.
what are you doing? Are you doing 545 thing?
I haven't really decided exactly what I'm doing yet.
Okay.
I've got a few months to figure it out, but I'll figure it out soon.
Yeah, because we would like to support you in that, and I don't need to put you on the spot either. Like, I mean, if you didn't want to do 545, that's certainly your prerogative.
No, I want to do something. I still have the training group that James and I had been leading for years. So
Okay.
it's still like a team based with that. So I'm still trying to have like the people that normally ride with us enthused, keep them enthused and engaged and, raising funds for it too.
Hey, Tim, I haven't been keeping count, but if you just wanted to do like face palms and grimaces with the podcast, you've got a lot of those already. You could just keep going with that. Like,
545 face palms and grimaces by the time by the beginning of June.
like, what the fuck did I
By the
sign
begin-
on to? Oh, Jesus.
okay. Now for the wheel of names.
Oh,
Okay.
shut up, Vito. There you go.
No,
Shut
we're
up,
not doing that
Vito.
this week.
Hopefully, let's.
Oh my God, Ron.
Oh,
This is
Oh, that's
called
awesome.
Kigu.
Kigu.
I
Yes,
love
it's
it.
basically a one-piece underwear. They even have a tail.
Oh my
that's
God.
not where the tail goes.
I have a tail.
That's where the tail goes.
Oh God.
That is so cool.
Oh,
Where
that's
did
cool.
you get that?
She could
That's
be like a
amazing.
furry at home without
Very
having to
relaxing.
fix up.
It's definitely not as warm as a fursuit. You know
Yeah.
what wearing a fursuit's like? Imagine wearing a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
And
should
on the
have,
last,
like-
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, on the last day of a convention, usually people will just have their head and their kigu that matches their suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was
I've seen
gonna
it before.
say.
Oh,
They should have like they could have like pool loungewear, furry, where you just kind of cash with the martini or something.
Yeah, the liability insurance for that sort of event would be really high. There are not enough lifeguards in the pool.
Yeah,
Save
true.
you from that.
oh
All
my
right,
gosh.
let's see your T-shirt, Ron. What you got?
I think I've worn this before. This is
It's
the
fun.
bear pad shop one.
That's how we got introduced to Bear Pad. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the show.
Speaking
And
of Bear Pad,
what's that?
Ooh.
Ron's got his penis.
Oh,
Or no, sorry, Vito's got his penis.
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
see,
Oh, that's awesome.
Bear pad. All right.
virtual background. He doesn't like the virtual background.
Well, we've managed to ramble on and on and on, so which was fun. No problems there. But we're down to about 13 minutes to go ish. So, real quick, I talked a little bit with my hat. For those of us paying attention to politics, everyone, today's the last day of the T. Rump crime family residency in the White House. It's I think it's already being cleaned. I think they're gone, aren't they? Or that
No,
starts
did you
tomorrow.
hear
Fumigated.
that he wants to have a
Tomorrow morning.
21 gun salute in a band?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, he was-
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
He was denied that, and he's not.
He
leaving
was?
tomorrow.
Oh, good.
yeah, he's not leading until tomorrow. Leaving.
I hope he plays like a Kid Rock song
No,
and
he's
something really cheap.
He's gonna get sued again.
I know.
he's got
That's why I hope he
a,
does. I just hope he does something to train wrecky.
he is tomorrow morning at dawn is when he's supposed to leave down to Florida, and he's supposed to be giving a speech tomorrow morning before he leaves.
Well,
And he has till noon tomorrow morning to pardon people, or noon
Is-
tomorrow afternoon.
I hope he doesn't pardon anybody from the South, so
No,
that they
that's-
all realize that it was all fake. They do not. He does not.
Yeah, I
have
know.
back.
That would like mean he had a brain. That'd be interesting, but unlikely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reasons.
But that brings up a good point. I was thinking about that. I said, okay, I mean, we should really take a look at those rules about pardoning. First of all, like pick like 5, Second of all, like, I mean, if you're going to go in with a group of people and say, we're going to just fuck everything up and have no consequences. Okay, look what that's done to our Capitol building, for example. And look what it does to maybe future people saying, hey, let's go in, guys, and fuck this up and, give it to the president and there's no consequences. I mean, what sort of fucking like parallel universe is that?
Ron, there's like what 50? I don't even know how many related laws that are ready to go that have already passed the House that weren't even.
Well, that should
considered
be
in
one
the
of them.
Senate. And and a large portion of them are about reigning in presidential power.
Mm.
Oh, good.
They're ready to go, so this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Be interesting. So, other than Wolfie's plan to serenade his neighbors at 9 o'clock in the morning, what was your song that you wanted to play?
Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Ninth.
Nice.
Get ready, Portland. Wolfie's on it. I went through and I recorded like PBS and all the major networks, all of them. Funny, Fox News isn't covering the inauguration as a
I
special.
think Fox News even hates Trump now, though. I mean,
Are they really not going to?
Not KTVU just has the morning news. They don't have a specific inauguration program
Oh wow!
as of this
Interesting.
afternoon at about 5 o'clock. So that could change.
Fox News was aghast. I watch it. I go back and forth between CNN and Fox News just to see what the crazies are doing, and they were
It's good to know.
nuts for 2 or 3 days, and now they're back. Now they're talking about the conspiracies and the dossiers and all that stuff.
Somebody recommended we, as a queer community, take QAnon and make it into a queer thing, so that they fuck up
Just
there.
take over the hashtag.
Yeah.
We did for Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm proud. I'm a boy.
Queer or
On the
not.
back order their
You heard it
website.
here first.
Hi.
and hope they don't.
Crab boy. They gotta go.
Oh, that's great. QAnon takeover. I love it. We'll put that on the to-do list.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other current events? Do we want to squeeze in here real quick before we do back scratches?
Boy, this is really taking over that, hasn't it? I can't even think of anything. The new year starts tomorrow.
Yes. The new day, the new dawn.
No more depressed.
Yay.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's just been like I've just been trying to get through the holidays, and then it was trying to get through the rest of the Trump presidency, and so tomorrow better be fucking like unicorns and rainbows, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's not flipping a switch, right?
Right.
It's gonna
Oh,
take some
it's
effort.
not?
Take a while.
No?
no.
No.
Yeah, it's flipping a switch. As soon as he takes the oath, bam!
I
Well-
need some lube to let it in.
May flip the switch on getting started, but
Oh, well, yeah, the Senate just came back today, and you know, he isn't even going to have any cabinet members ready. Such a clusterfuck.
Right.
here's a little something. I got this picture years and years ago, and I finally got it framed over the holidays. Remember we talked about Wolf's question was, what do you want for Christmas? And I wanted my house to be nice because I'm going to be stuck here for another 6 months to a year, probably, with all these people not wearing their masks. So have you been to the lighthouse at the up at Point Reyes?
Yeah.
So that is the I'll stand up for you. That is one of the buildings on the property, and that's a fungus that grows because of
Oh,
moisture.
wow.
And my friend Francesca, she's a photographer. She took that photo, and when I was
nice.
talking about it online because we went camping up there, she gifted me that photo, and
nice.
so I finally got it framed along with Bill's thing for work, and so it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Can you go back to that?
Sure.
Just want to get a better view of it.
Oh, let me see if I can get.
And Vito, if you want to pin his, you could probably get a bigger view of that.
I don't want to because I don't know if it'll unpin in the recording.
And
okay.
I can
Send us a photo of that.
yeah, I'll send you a photo. It's really cool stuff. She's a brilliant photographer.
Yeah, we could share her information too.
Yeah, and we could have, you know, I introduced our first female guest, and I could introduce our second female guest. So
That we know of.
yeah, we know, because you know we haven't been asking people their pronouns.
That's
So
right.
we should. So, all right, well, children, we are at that time where we're getting ready to wrap up. UV, this is your opportunity. If there's anybody you want to give a special shout out to or a thank you, we call those back scratches. So we'll come to you last, give you a chance to think it through. And I'll go ahead and start. My big back scratch is for not only Francesca for her lovely photography, thank you, and her gift, plus world travel. Those are from Australia up there. Look at my Australian.
Oh,
Australian.
crikey. The dingo
Crikey.
ate my baby.
Crikey! Oh, a big back scratch Australia. And apologies for my crappy imitation of your accent.
No.
No, see, there you go. Add that to your 525.
Oh, yeah, you're down
Head
to like
slaps.
508, I think.
So
I got to get him in where I can.
yes. So big back stretch to Bill for putting up with my shenanigans, because when it comes to hanging art, I get out the rulers and the level, and he's just like, put a nail in the wall, it's done, it's fine now, and then we got to move it, and he gets all mad. But he's been being a good egg. So we're getting our nest complete. So
Yay.
all right, who wants to give another back scratch? Who up?
I'll do one.
I can go.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead, Tim.
Well, UV, thanks so much for joining us. Good having you. You know, it's nice just having. I mean, we can talk to Wolfie some too, but we talk to him all the time.
And he won't, and he won't shut up, UV. You see
We
that.
know her.
Yeah.
Right.
Girl, we
Right.
know her.
So, all you guys, thanks again. You know, glad we. You know, I think I look great, by the way.
Yes, you do.
You do look great.
You can't.
That's
I got a new
okay, I
camera,
think-
so they'll stop giving me crap about me not looking like I'm in HD. So I want to thank, well, no thanks to Trump. You know, don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. I want to thank my friend Nate for making me a batch of peanut butter chip chocolate cookies. He just sent me a batch of those from Detroit. They're awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
And we'll go with that. That's all I got.
Cool. That's a good one. Damn it! Now I want peanut butter and chocolate. Shit.
Oh,
All right. Who next?
I have like 4 dozen of them. You're welcome to come get some.
I wanted to
close.
thank you, UV, again too, for sharing. I could honestly talk about this for a whole episode, and I love it. And I thank you
almost did.
for. I know I tried to. Vito wouldn't let me. So I thank you so much for coming on and sharing that, and Wolfie for sharing both your costumes and part of yourselves, an intimate part of yourselves, and I really appreciate it. So thank you.
Is there a more respectful term for them than costumes?
Did I say
Fursuits.
costumes?
Suits?
Suits.
Fursuits.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Oops.
Okay.
I
That's
don't
not,
know.
It's not a big deal. Nothing really hits
No,
me.
I'm just asking. I'm not saying Ron was wrong. I'm just wondering.
I'm probably, when in doubt, I'm probably wrong. That's that part's easy. Like
UV,
I
what
think-
do you?
I
What do
think
you
there's
call
an
it?
app for that too. So
yeah,
Frolic. Frolic. I want
frolic.
to
All
frolic.
right, Vito, who you got a back scratch? Anyone?
well,
anyone standing behind you, making history?
I'd like to back scratch my wiener.
Oh,
we forgot to talk about
no,
Your balls are looking a little blue.
yeah. They're looking a little icy there. Maybe if you warm them up, they'll hang lower.
UV and Wolf, that was very insightful. I've always wanted to know about this. I've only known a little bit about it, but
Feel free to ask further questions.
there's still, yeah, this is a nice intro, I think. And I'd like to thank, you guys heard of Robert Reich?
oh yeah.
Yes.
Labor Secretary?
Yeah.
Oh.
In his Facebook, he's been doing amazing posts, keeping track of everything that Trump
Oh yeah. No, he's brilliant.
fucked up. So I'm really glad he's kept track of all this shit, so we can have that as a guide to go to fix everything. You know, like putting some stupid guy in a position that he's never done anything associated with it or not. You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, when
I think you've veered off your back scratch, but okay, thank you.
And my roommate for putting up with me. I'm not used to having a roommate. Except for boyfriends, I've always lived by myself. So it's interesting having a roommate. I have to watch myself, you know. 'Cause
Wash yourself, or
I'll just do things. Oh yeah, I wash myself.
like what? I just do things. Like
Paint
what?
the wall or do something because I'm not used to asking things, so I have to be careful. So he's patient with me.
That's good. All right. And UV, we saved the best for last. Do you have any
Hey.
back scratches? Oh, I'm sorry, Wolf. We're out of time.
No, we saved the best for last. UV goes and then Wolf goes.
Asshole voice. Oh, Wolf. I'm sorry.
Wolfie, was that
Sorry.
number 2, or what?
Okay.
What were you just doing with
All
your paw?
So let's back up
Yes.
before. One moment, UV. Wolfie, who do you have a back scratch?
Wolfie.
Me for remembering you?
First, the cleaning staff at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. I do not envy your work tomorrow. And I would like to give a major dragon scratches to all of you for a great podcast. Thank you.
Thank you.
And especially to UV for introducing us to the furry community. It's
Thank
appreciated.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, UV. Okay, now the best for last. Please go.
Oh, okay. Oh shit. First, I want to point out that I think that is the cutest shirt I've ever seen, Ron.
Aw.
That looks like if you would tell me that the person who designed that is also a furry on the side, I would believe you.
Maybe.
Fair pat.
It's definitely got a cuddle puddle thing going on.
Yeah. We'll send you his link. He's amazing.
Well, he's
But
got his own
I
episode.
want to say thank you to this guy.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
Fortunately, I was able to rescue him from a Trumper.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is, but yeah, no, he lost connection with this guy. Didn't understand him, I guess, and so I wanna thank him for being part of my life.
He's
That's cool.
absolutely beautiful. And I want to help you get the eyes lit up because I want to see that myself.
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be cool, but we'd have to dissect the damn thing. I tore it out of anger. So mad. I was like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of this thing resting on my neck, and then the thing is resting on my neck and it's pressing, and I can feel the rectangle right here.
Oh no.
But you look good.
See ya.
All right, take care, everybody.
Take care.
Welcome to the new world.
Visit us at bearelement.com.